Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Bandwidth for iPad today is provided by CacheFly at CacheFly.com.
Coming up, get your rakes and your shovels and your hoes, because we're going gardening.
Oh, no. Plus, Instagram has video. Video is here. And some music tips for podcasters.
All that and postcards. They're not dead. They're alive and well on iPad today.
iPad Today is brought to you by Slingbox. Buy a Slingbox and turn your mobile device into a television. With Slingbox, you can watch high-def TV on your smartphone, laptop, or tablet anywhere there's an internet connection. Learn more at slingbox.com/twit. And by GoToMeeting with HD Faces from Citrix, the powerfully simple way to meet and collaborate with colleagues and clients anywhere. You can share the same screen and see each other face-to-face with HD video conferencing, even from an iPad. Sign up for your 30-day free trial today. Visit GoToMeeting.com, click the Try It Free button, use the promo code iPad. Yeah, baby. Welcome to iPad Today, the show that we cover all the iPad stuff. I am Fatty McButterpants. Sarah Lane is the dancing fool.
I'm the rake.
The rake?
Yeah, I was going to say I'm the hoe, but that, taken out of context.
No, out of context, one wouldn't know.
I mean, we are talking about gardening today. So
You know-
when you say gardening hoe, it's different than other kinds.
You mentioned this last week.
Yeah, I
that
did.
we were gonna do gardening. I thought you were jesting.
Well, you know what it was? we had that nice voicemail
Right.
from the couple. Remember, they were sort of like, it was like the duo send us voicemail, wanting to know about gardening apps. And I was like, all right, we never did that before.
Are there? I mean, I didn't.
Yeah.
There are a lot of them, huh?
Quite a few. Well, the thing about gardening is it's interesting. It's like there are gardening apps for people who are very interested in gardens and
Right.
they have big yards and that sort
Right.
of stuff. There are sort of virtual grow your own garden type of
Right.
apps, which is sort of like a game type of a thing.
Oh, that's neat. I do some of those. Yeah, like
and then,
Rule.
and then there's sort of more of like a getting inspiration just from
Right.
a treasure trove of ideas. We've got all sorts of options.
So this is our horticulture
It is.
episode of iPad
Because
Today.
'tis the season to get outside well, not all of us, but many of us. It's, the weather's nice. I know.
so-
This is the
June
time
in
of year where my
Petaluma.
mom is always out in her garden,
gorgeous,
just kind
yeah.
of like tinkering around. I mean, it's somewhat time consuming if you want to put it all together.
I think it's a hobby. I don't think you would do it because no longer do we need to grow tomatoes to live, most of us.
Right.
You do it because you enjoy it. I think in World War II with victory gardens, people they had a garden so they'd have food.
Yeah.
But I think nowadays, we mostly buy our food in the grocery store. You do a garden because you love it.
You love it. It makes your house look good.
Cut flowers
It provides essential
to have-
oxygen for
That's
the
right. It
people
converts, yeah.
living in the proximity. If you
Yeah.
live in a city like me, I mean, you have little fire escapes, but you can still put plants out there or
You
have
don't
indoor
have a
house
garden,
plants.
so this is you're at a disadvantage.
I
here.
have indoor plants. I've gotten to the stage of my life now where I don't just kill them simply by having them.
I'm not at that stage yet.
It took a while.
Someday.
I realized.
What's the secret?
Oh, you have to think about them all the time. That's the secret. You just have to think about your plants, check in with my cats. Have my cats been fed?
How are the plants doing?
How are the plants doing? That plant looks a little weird.
Do you water? Oh, you mean you actually you interact with them?
Yeah, because sometimes one of my plants kind of does this thing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't tell if you're thirsty or if you're too watered.
I would
so
love
then I
it.
go online and I try to find out what that particular plant wants more of so that it's happy again.
I would love it
And
if
that's
you
the
could
thing.
find me an app on here that would help me keep houseplants from dying.
Houseplants from dying.
Yeah, because I would love plants. I always dreamt of having a lush garden, filled house with plants growing, ferns and
Yeah.
and ficus.
It looks
and
really good.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And you do feel like whether it's real or not that it's purifying the air and it makes it fresh in there. I
You
just think
feel
it's
that way
nice.
with fake plants?
No.
You said whether it's real or not.
No, whether the conception is real. The plants have to
like-
be real.
I was like,
I'm pretty sure plastic plants wouldn't do that. I just don't know if real ones do. Psychologically.
Yeah, no,
but no, the green, all the green is, I think, good for it comes in the eyes and it
I
soothes
feel
the
like
brain.
It just makes it feel alive.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not alone. I've got my plants and my cats.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I am too. Yeah.
So the first.
That's pathetic.
It is. We're so sad.
You, me, and a TV dinner.
Well, but now we've got gardening apps as well. The first app is it's actually not an app. It is a book created using the company Inkling. We've talked about Inkling in
Like
the past.
Inkling, yeah.
You can put together amazing. Inkling you see them a lot in educational books. But there's a book called The New Sunset Western Garden Book.
The Western Garden Guide is the book.
And
if you live in the West.
Yes.
Yeah.
And by West, it's basically the western part of the United States.
Right.
It goes, to the eastern side of Colorado.
Right.
And west, and all the way down through, Baja, Mexico, and up through Vancouver. In fact, I'm looking at it right now because I was like, exactly what are we covering?
Is when you move to California, you subscribe to Sunset, you get the garden book.
Yeah.
It's what you do.
Now, some of you might say, well, I don't live in the western part of the United States. However, I think that even if you don't get as much out of the book as far as like firsthand, this is what I'm going to do in my garden, it's not only a great way to see how a gardening app gets put together for the iPad. Again, it's a book, not an app, but you could think of it as a book. But also, it just gives you kind of neat ideas for gardening in general. So
one of our chatters, Dreamscapes, says, I'm a landscape architect and I use this every day in my work.
Really?
Yeah.
This book?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, what's neat about this is like you have all of this sort of like, okay, well, here are the common microclimates, here's an example of cold air pockets, that might be like on a deck that you might think about. Of course, all the houses featured are beautiful and architecturally stunning, and so there's a little bit of an inspiration thing to take from this. It's a little rich for my blood. But let's say that there's something about south and west walls that's helpful to think about because maybe you have something that gets a lot of afternoon sun. You can go ahead and say, all right, I just want to add highlight to this area because I want to make sure, I want to come back to it. That's really nice. You can also say, I'd like to add a note and remind myself, tell Carol about this. Because that Carol...
That's neat. So you could share that.
Yeah. And that could be something for myself. This is, not just this particular book, but this is how Inkling works in general. It's nice. But if I have decided to allow Carol to see my updates on Inkling, then she could just, I wouldn't even have to send this to her. She could just go in and see my annotations. So if you were working with somebody, for gardening stuff, it gives you all sorts of great ideas. And what else can I show you? Zones and growing seasons. I don't know. This is all just really interesting stuff. Do you know anything about the growing season in Anchorage, Alaska?
Not a
Me either.
thing.
So it's kind of fun. You just sort of learn about stuff. So this is at $10. You can go through the chapters here. Here's a plant finder, problem solver plants. This is actually a really good one. Earth-friendly plants that, provides kind of something special, something that pops. In fact, if you go into problem solver plants, it's kind of neat, like wind-resistant plants. Even if you don't live in the West, that might be a real issue for you. In San Francisco, it's a huge issue because it's really windy in a variety of places. In fact, it kind of looks like San Francisco. And so you get some ideas of what plants do really well and aren't going to freak out just because they get a little windy. It's really nicely done.
It is beautiful.
I mean, if you care about gardening at all,
I've bought this book many times, so I think buying it, and I presume it gets updated and
so
forth.
Sure, yeah, of course.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
The New Sunset Western Garden Book. Took a few minutes to download. It's pretty big.
So, because I can't grow flowers, I like paintings of flowers. They never die. They're always beautiful. They're always perfect. If I said flower, painting of flower, who would leap to mind for you, in your mind, the flower painting god?
Vincent van Gogh.
Vincent van Gogh. So it's the 149th anniversary of sunflowers. Did you know that? His most famous flower painting.
Oh, not just sunflowers in general. I'm
Yeah.
like, I think they've been around longer than that.
Yeah.
Really?
No, yeah. So
149
this
years
is
ago.
From the he painted that.
Wow.
So this is the Van Gogh Institute.
Then,
I think in Holland, and of course I'm not sure, but I believe they pronounce it Hoch.
really?
Vincent van Gogh.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Right? Frederick's Flemish. No? Oh, anyway, she says yes.
Okay.
She's from Belgium. That's near Amsterdam.
Vincent van Gogh. Okay.
This is flowers for Van Gogh.
I'm okay with that.
And it's actually 99 cents, so it's very inexpensive.
Good.
And it's a great educational little document. It's kind of like a book, really. But 99 cents is great. But they have a lot of his flower paintings. And this talks about his inspiration, Delacroix's famous flower paintings. And then you'll move on to Van Gogh's flower paintings. So it's really, it's not gardening, but it's beautiful pictures of flowers.
That's okay with me.
And it's 99, and there's sunflowers.
Hey, you know your
by the way.
limitations. You know
Yeah.
that it might be better to learn a little bit more about the history of popular flower
For me,
illustrations.
safer. Safer than trying to raise a plant of my very own. Aren't those gorgeous? I mean, you really. What's interesting, of course, these are not representational. These are not, but they're just somehow they capture the spirit of a sunflower, right? Beautiful stuff. The other guy, I was ready for you.
Oh, really?
Well,
there were two right answers because
Who would be the other guy?
I've never heard anyone say, Vincent van Gogh, the flower god.
But he's very famous for sunflowers.
I would say Matisse.
Monet.
Oh, Monet.
That's the right answer. Matisse painted flowers? Yeah, I guess he did.
I feel like
I'm thinking
in
of
my
Monet,
mind, I see all
Monet's
these
garden.
like impressionist flower gardens.
Yeah. Did you ever go to Giverny in France? Monet's garden with the lily pads and the Japanese bridge. He made so many beautiful paintings.
Yes.
So there is, and this is, I think, a series, 140 Plus, does amazing picture books. I think all of Monet's paintings are in here. So you can go through his different periods and look at some of the most, in my opinion, I've seen this at the Monet exhibit in Paris. He did several studies of this same church, and to see them side by side is something you can't normally do. But to get to see these, and these are retina display images. They're very high quality images you can zoom in on. So you can see the brush strokes. If you're a fan of Monet, and in my opinion, he's one of the greatest painters of all time. And of course paints a lot of flowers as well as trees. There's some lily pads. It's just one of the greatest painters.
Which is the funny thing about what they say about, people who are like a Monet. Oh, you might not know this because you probably didn't watch Clueless, but it's that, she's great from far away, but when you get up close, it's a mess.
You can see the brush strokes. Yeah. You don't want to see the brush strokes. So that's 99 cents also, which is kind of neat. 140 plus
140
Monet.
Plus.
The retina. Here, I'll show you the App Store version of it here, if I can find it. 140 plus Monet. And you'll see some Japanese
Monet
text.
140 plus retina.
Yeah, it might be a Japanese company that makes this, but it doesn't matter because it's just gorgeous. So 145 of Monet's best paintings. You can really go deep into it. And by the way, these can become wallpaper. So if you love Monet's lilies,
if you're a wallpaper person,
be lovely, lovely wallpaper.
Well, so Leo,
let's grow some more.
Let's grow some more. And I think I've got the perfect app for you because you...
Did somebody let birds in here?
I'm growing things.
Oh.
It's virtual flowers.
Oh, this is a game. You see, I couldn't kill these, right?
Well, you can, and then you lose. But it's like The Sims for flower pots.
Right.
So right now, I've just planted some flowers here. I actually don't remember what they are.
You have fertilizer. You know what this reminds me of?
What?
The Zen garden in Plants vs. Zombies.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sort of like that? So these are some flowers that I started with. Now, I was stupid, and initially, I was like, oh, cool, what's this do? And then I was like, oh no, I just took a flower from my pot.
Don't pluck your flowers.
That sucks. Well, maybe they'd like some water. I can go ahead and water them.
Beatmaster says this is a classic FPS game, first-person cedar.
Oh, I see what you did there. And then if you go in, if you say like I want fertilizer or color dust, then you've got these points, right?
Yes.
So the nice thing about this game, or the crappy thing, depending on if you like in-app purchases or not, is that you've got
You can buy more flowers.
a variety of options.
Yeah.
And yes, you can.
This is kinda
buy
neat. I
things
like the
color
birds
dust
in the
the
background.
seed shop. You've got a few common seeds that you can start with. If I'm like, yeah, let's do tiger bells. That sounds awesome. Cool. Great. There we go. I can go ahead and say, wait, why am I not planting you? Ah! Oh,
That's a different pot.
yeah.
Wait a minute, there it is. See, you got to drag it. Oh, no. What is that?
We'll dry out in 1 hour, 29 minutes.
Oh, you mean this thing, I got to launch this every hour in 29 minutes?
Well, that's what you have to take care of your flowers, and that's how you learn
That's depressing.
if you're, cut out for this.
Yeah.
Now, hold on a second. Why is this so hard? Easy.
It's so funny.
Cares,
If
easy
you-
growth about a day, quantity many, planted seconds ago. Oh, I already planted.
So, yeah, you have to let it grow.
But,
Do you need to water it or fertilize it?
well,
Color dust it? If you search for gardening on the App Store, you know what the number one app is that you find?
What?
Plants vs. Zombies.
I know. Ridiculous, huh? So I feel like this is a little bit of a, I don't know.
I'm going to
it's a
kill
little
them
bit
just
of a
as surely as I
meditative
kill
thing.
them at home. I wish something would...
This was actually suggested by Pedro.
I like it.
He tweeted at me that his
like
girlfriend
it.
likes the game. I'm not so into virtual flowers. However, once you get going, I can see how this would kind of be a little bit of like a fun meditative thing.
Sure.
You go in, you check on your flowers, it gives you satisfaction to have them not die. You got, the little birds chirping.
I do like that. That's very meditative.
You can, go nuts and unlock all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to stick with it, obviously. And then if you want to send somebody a bouquet with the flowers that you've trimmed, you can do that.
You know what? If I were gonna garden,
Yeah.
I love roses, but I would want to grow something practical. And you know what my favorite thing in the world to eat is?
Cheese.
You can't grow cheese. You have to
Oh.
grow cows, and then
Well, you
they
said
grow
what's
cheese.
the favorite thing?
It is. I love cheese,
Yeah.
but even more, and it's this time of year, a summer tomato,
Uh-huh.
ripe, delicious. I like the heirlooms.
Smell of them.
Oh, they're so sweet and so
There
delicious.
is nothing like a tomato grown in your own backyard.
Well-
it does not get better than that.
But how do you know what kind of tomato you should grow?
I don't know.
From the editors of Gardening Magazine, Tomato Match.
Tomato match.
This is free. It will. You say what do you want? Cooking, eating, or canning? Do you want heirloom? I like heirloom, and I want to eat them fresh. I love them. Habit, indeterminate or determinate? I don't know what that means. Type, currant, cherry, grape, pear, plum, globe, beef steak. I love the beef steak.
those. Yeah, they're hearty.
Days to maturity, the shorter the better. 50 to 60, and there's none. Okay. How about 61 to 70, and there's none. See, the ones we really like, you got to grow them a long time, 71 to 80 days, or even a 3-monther, okay? What color you want? Red, pink, yellow, green, purple, black, or stripped?
Stripped.
You want a stripped tomato?
I want stripped tomato.
That means
Those
you
are
need
cool.
the striped German, the big rainbow, the hillbilly potato leaf, or my favorite, Mr. Stripey.
Hillbilly potato leaf is
You
a
want
type
to try
of
one?
tomato?
Sure, let's have a hillbilly potato.
But-
I want to eat these right now. Stop it, Mr. Stripey. I'm trying to see the hillbilly potato leaf. Color striped, fresh eating.
How do we get the tomatoes out of the app is
It's
what
a
I
beef
want to know.
steak tomato. I know.
I'm sold. Okay, let's have some. How do we get it out?
Oh.
Matures in 85 days.
Oh, so you
Type
want
beef
this?
steak. Yes.
So you tap it right here, and they will send you to the Seed Savers Exchange,
What?
where you can buy the seeds for that particular tomato.
This is actually extremely helpful.
Don't you love tomatoes?
I do. And now I could grow tomato. Well, could I?
You could grow them in. That's
In a nice big pot.
Sure. On the. Do you have like a fire escape?
Yeah.
You need sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets quite a bit of sun.
Perfect.
And I could kind of tie them up on the railing.
Yeah. Tomato plants are great. And the only issue with tomatoes, and this is why I encourage you to do this,
Okay.
is you produce so many, you have to bring them and give them to your coworkers.
I'm okay with that.
You'd
Or
make
maybe I'll
friends.
just eat them all day. Tomato, a little mozzarella, some basil.
Caprese, buffalo mozzarella.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Caprese.
Little oil, little balsamic, some salt. I don't need to eat anything else.
Absolutely not. That's
No.
the best thing in the world.
It's basically like a burger.
It's better than a burger.
It is.
And but you want to do a nice sea salt, a coarse sea salt on top of that. You don't even need the balsamic if you just put a little coarse sea salt. It's incredible. Seriously, without the dressing, try that.
Every once in a while, in the summer, that's what I eat for dinner because the tomatoes are so good.
I do it almost all the time if I can get good tomatoes.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. So
because
grow
in the
your
winter,
own.
they're tasteless.
No, they're horrible.
They're horrible.
And even the tomatoes, unfortunately in the grocery store, because the way tomatoes ripen, the grocery store has to have unripe tomatoes, otherwise they'll be smushy.
Yeah.
So really, if you love tomatoes, the only way to get a great tomato is to grow it yourself. The good news is it's easy to do, and the yields are really astronomical. You get a lot of tomatoes from just a few plants.
Although every once in a while you get a weird plant and it basically won't flower.
Oh, well, that's not good.
It's like a sad little barren tomato plant. Because
Tomato
they're not
mash.
really all that beautiful without the tomatoes.
No, they're
A
just
little barren
stalky.
tomato plant.
They
It's
look
very
like
sad.
weeds almost.
It's happened to my mom once or twice, where it's like, where'd the tomatoes go? I don't know.
I guess it's not too late. If you want it, you could plant for fall right now.
I guess I
Here in
could.
California.
Yeah, it's only June.
Yeah.
It's only June. So Frank actually wrote in via email, and he reminded me that the iPad app Houzz, that's Houzz, would actually be really good as far as just getting some inspiration.
Okay, I'm getting this then.
Now, this is a great app. I've actually showed this off, I believe, as an app
Oh, this is just
way back
this
when.
isn't just plants. This is interior
No,
design
no.
of
In
all
fact,
kinds.
it's not really about plants at
okay,
all.
okay.
However, I've been researching projects to like how to make my apartment look cooler because you know it's sort of like you can put in things like loft staircase
Right.
idea and you get all these pictures where you're like, oh, cool. I really like what these people did. With their space. However, if you just want to go ahead and, whoops, I'm in my idea book here. My house.
Your mouth's watering from tomatoes, isn't it?
It is.
I can tell. Me too. Caprese. I want some caprese. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that.
I know. Isn't that nice?
That's the house
Yeah,
I want.
that doesn't completely suck. The person who lives there, you know, probably has something
That
to
looks like
live for.
Summerfield a little bit.
It does look like
Yeah.
Summer Hill.
Summer Hill.
Yeah, it does, huh? Where's my freaking search? What is wrong with me today? Photos, products, idea books.
Well, we're looking at your favorites, so these are things you've picked. Yeah. Oh, baby.
All right, so here we go. Here we go. Let's get into sort of like some landscaping ideas. So this is not going to drill down really much into like, hey, these are the types of plants that were grown in this koi pond area type thing. This is just kind of something to look at. So like aesthetically, you might say, all right, I've got about this much space. What could I do with it? And with a little care. I mean, if you look around, it's like, yeah, we've got mature trees around the outside, but all of this is like almost just planted yesterday.
Yeah.
You could kind of make it happen, which is kind of neat. So I think that this is a great app. First of all, because it's free. Second of all, because it's not just about gardening. It's all sorts of just like design inspiration. I really like it. And certainly for the purposes of our theme here, it's pretty darn helpful. I just want that. I want it. Leo, we deserve things like this.
Yes, we do.
Don't we? We've been good.
I put an offer in a house that looked just like that, but
Really?
didn't get it. Yeah.
Now this, I'm not so crazy
You're
about.
making me sad.
Why?
I want it.
You'll get another house and you're gonna get doors like that. And you're gonna be
Ooh.
able to plant stuff like
Seems
this.
like the door is too big for the house. Kind of like maybe they got the door first and then the house was.
Well, no, the house is this way. This is just like the grand door probably to the street.
I feel the doors should fit the opening. It's personal prejudice. That's a
wanna
nice.
sit on the
That's
swing?
a nice. What do you call that?
You call it a
Gazebo?
sort of like a lattice
No.
with
Yeah.
It's a
There's a name for that. I just
Gazebo
can't remember what it
light.
is. Yeah.
I could do this.
Ooh,
I
nice
could do this
kitchen.
all day.
Me too. That looks like an ad for Caesar Stone.
Oh,
So
it
there's
is.
some ads in here, huh?
It is.
Yeah, all right.
I got tricked. I was
Pergola,
like, hey,
thank you.
cool.
Wascal.
Pergola.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right. F and Done, Rascal, and Desert Moon. You win the prize. A new car. No.
I saw something
Just
really.
kidding that out.
I saw something
Ooh.
really cool. If we go to my house, I had
A big bathtub.
I had bookmarked. Where did it go?
You ever take a bath outside? I did.
I mean, no.
Yeah.
Hot tub outside.
No, at
shower
the
outside.
Carneros Inn. The bathtubs are in the backyard.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
Very cool.
Especially when you see the neighbors peering over the
And you're
fence.
like, hello.
Hi, how are you? I'm taking
How
a
I
bath
am.
here.
I thought I had saved something very cool. Apparently, I did not, because I don't know how this works well enough.
You know, we got people very excited about tomatoes. They're still going on about tomatoes.
Are they?
And pointing out that we have a very, very famous tomato seed bank just down the street from here. The seed bank, which...
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Which used to be a bank.
Yeah, it used to be a bank,
It
yeah.
looks like
yeah.
a bank.
And
still.
it's an online, it was an online seed catalog that they decided that they wanted a California branch, and so it's beautiful. Petaluma Seed Bank, there it is. It's in a bank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
it's all heritage.
You've never seen
and,
such a pretty seed bank.
Yeah, really nice
It was
place.
an antique store for a while, wasn't it? It was something before it was a seed bank.
Oh, many of our banks
Or
here in
surf shop
Petaluma
or
have
something
been
really
antique stores.
weird.
It was an Oriental rug
That's what
place.
it was. Okay.
And in fact, many of the rugs in the original cottage came from that Oriental rug
Oh.
place when he was going out of business about 5 years ago, and he keeps going out of business every 5 years.
Yeah. Everything must go.
Everything
Lost
must
our
go.
lease.
Yep.
I know those tricks.
Hey, this week in tomatoes, that would be a good show.
Wouldn't it? Yeah, we'd never. I mean, with
never run
the
out.
iPad app, apparently they're German stripey beef eaters.
Every week, a different tomato.
They're just
Be a short show, but a delicious show.
a show where the season is very specific.
only the summer.
And
It'd
then
be
you get
summer
a
replacement.
lot of sad reruns.
Yep, yep.
Hey, so we talked about some apps that help you actually garden, some apps that help you virtually take care of plants, kind of good for Leo.
Mm-hmm.
We've got tomato apps. We've got even apps that are presented by the great artists of not our time, but a long time ago, like Monet and Van Gogh. And we've got House, which is just a great app for all sorts of inspiration, including garden design. So if you're interested in looking back at any of that stuff, you need to write anything down, you can always visit our episode page at twit.tv/IPT, not just this episode, but any episode that we've ever done. We're on episode 154, so you have quite a treasure trove of apps to
Wow.
choose from.
That's amazing.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I know.
3 years of this show.
It's been almost exactly 3 years.
Yeah.
We're coming up on our 3-year anniversary.
We should celebrate with a
Anniversaire.
fine caprese.
I think we should as well. Yeah.
We had root beer floats. We should have capreses.
I think we should.
Much
Yeah.
healthier.
We'll do that next week.
All right.
If the tomatoes are ready. And for all of you who don't watch us live, you can. It's kind
could.
of fun. It's a seat of your pants type of an affair.
Yes.
Where everything, that's inappropriate is said before it's edited out.
Like things like affair and seat of the pants.
Yes.
I wonder if the Real Housewives of New Jersey grow tomatoes, because New Jersey is tomato country.
Well,
Do you watch that show?
I have seen, how do I even say this without it being really gross?
Okay.
I have seen an episode of The Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Yes.
New Jersey. This is
Yes.
true.
Yes.
Where they talk specifically about
Tomatoes.
making tomato sauce.
Yes.
And that's all I'm going to say.
That's all you need to say.
That's all I'm going to say. So
And-
yes,
and-
that is applicable.
I could go back to my DVR where I have recorded each and every episode, and right now on my iPad I could be watching that.
Well, but that's impossible because your DVR is at home.
Au
and you're
contraire, mon frere, it is completely possible thanks to Slingbox. Slingbox, you put it in your home theater system. The new Slingbox 500 has Wi-Fi, so you don't even need to be near the Ethernet port. It has HDMI in and out. It's 1080p. You're going to put high-def video from your home theater system on the internet, password protected, so only you can log in, but you can use your iPhone, your iPad, your laptop with those Sling applications and watch your home TV. You could program your DVR. You could play back anything that's already been recorded. It is so cool. You'll never miss another show in high def, not just for travel, too. I mean, you could take it to the backyard, the garage, in a restaurant.
While you're gardening.
While you're gardening. If you're on a bad date, you could be watching the NBA Finals. Anything you want to do, visit slingbox.com/twit to find out more, or get yourself a Slingbox 500. They're available right now at Amazon and Best Buy. Watch your TV anywhere. No additional fees because you already paid for it all. Slingbox.com/twit. We really love Slingbox, and we thank them so much for supporting iPad today. It really is kind of the natural compliment for your iPad.
Even though, it's such a great it's such a great service. The iPad is really what makes sense to me.
Yeah,
because
perfect.
I'm consuming already.
I think an iPad. I've always
but
thought
I'm
the
not
iPad is kind of like a
restricted.
personal TV.
It totally
Yeah.
is.
And so adding the live TV capability is just that's it. That's what you needed. That's what Slingbox does.
Hey, speaking of video, Instagram now allowing videos
Now
in the Instagram timeline. How do we feel about this?
They just did that, right?
Yeah, this is it was announced this
So
morning.
can I do that
Facebook
with
had an
Instagram
event.
on my iPad?
Yeah, of course. It works.
If it's
just
up
like,
to date, did I have to update my Instagram to do
Yes,
it?
of course. I updated mine already. Now, of course, Instagram is still not a native iPad app,
No.
but it works fine in an iPad. And what you'll notice now is, if I'm kind of looking at my feed and, okay, that's all. This is nice.
So all of a sudden it comes alive?
Oh, very nice. Let's see. Where are all the videos? My goodness.
Well, nobody, that's brand new. Who would have video up already?
Oh my gosh. All anyone's doing is uploading
Really?
videos.
Yeah. This is, Instagram's owned by Facebook now.
There we go.
So it's just like Vine.
Except it does not loop. Videos can be up
Good.
to 15 seconds long
Better.
rather than 6.
Yeah.
And it auto plays in your timeline, and when it's done, you get a little like, okay, I'd like to watch it again.
I think that's one of the most annoying things about Vine is
the
looping.
looping?
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't really bother me.
So how do I make one? So I'm going to hit the camera. Instagram would act. Oh, look, there's now a video.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. So if you want to make your own, obviously
And it
you've
has
got
the
your little
press
guy
and
here at
hold
the
just like
bottom.
Vine.
It does.
So I could do a little bit of here.
Yeah.
And I could do a little bit of there.
Yeah.
And I could do a little bit of there. And I could go, hey, Brian, say hello, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
There's Brian there.
Brian.
Wow. And it shows you where you've edited, so you could see. And now I guess I don't have to use all 15 seconds.
No, it's just 15 seconds
Let's try
is your
this.
maximum.
So
and
here's
then,
you could choose a filter.
And you can choose your thumbnail.
Ah.
So, you can make I look so fat. Gosh, the girl is right.
I'm going to turn you into Ginza, Skyline, Dog Patch.
And those are all different filters
Brooklyn
than the photo
Moon.
filter.
Okay, and then how do I choose the thumbnail?
You go next.
Next,
Choose the
okay.
filter first.
Yeah, and then
And then
choose
you
a cover frame.
Yeah.
So that's cute. Always have the pretty girl on your cover frame.
I'm making a derp face, but whatever.
Add to my photo map. Okay, I understand. And then I can share it on Facebook or Twitter or
Yeah.
Tumblr. Wow, this is great. Our first video. That's really cool. I like this maybe a little bit better than
Vine.
Vine.
I like it a lot better than Vine. I find Vine irksome. I don't know why.
Because of the looping and the length. It's too short.
Well, and there's a staccato thing that I find just like I don't find it fun to go through my
Exactly.
Vine feed.
The
Not that I
sound
don't
doesn't
think-
match up.
Yeah, it's not that people aren't being creative, because sometimes they really are, but I just don't like it that much.
Yeah.
And maybe because Instagram is still Instagram. I mean, Vine is just the video thing. That's what Vine does. Instagram is what it always was, except that now you have videos peppered in with photos. What I hope it isn't is too much of these kind of like contrived. I feel like I have to add videos in because it's a feature now and we get crappy videos from people.
Yeah, but sometimes video is a better thing to do, especially if something's going on and it's
Yeah,
exciting. A
yeah.
still picture may not capture it, whereas, and I like it. You don't have to use all 15 seconds, but I like the capability of going longer. Vine's 6 seconds always seems a little short. Now, I have to point out that, because Facebook owns this, Facebook's been playing catch up all along with this stuff. In fact, Fred Wilson, who's on the board of Twitter, said Twitter really missed a bet. They should have bought Instagram. They caught Vine and they bought Vine before Facebook had a chance to buy that.
Well, and Vine apparently has tremendous user growth. I don't
Bigger
really,
than Instagram.
I don't really know.
No, it's the kids. I
okay.
look at Henry and Abby.
Yeah.
Who they started with. Actually, Abby started with MySpace. They were then on Facebook, both of them. They got really into Instagram, took a lot of Instagram pictures, and as soon as Vine became popular, they all are doing Vines. So I
Really?
think that's where the
Okay.
adoption comes from, as younger people, and because it's simpler. And I think that's just one reason they really like Vine. Now remember, Facebook tried to compete with Snapchat by putting that capability into Poke.
Yeah, nobody
And
uses that.
Nobody uses it.
Yeah.
The kids love Snapchat. They're using Snapchat, Vine, and Instagram almost exclusively. And I think that Facebook was right to buy Instagram, and they're right to try to compete with Vine because their potential to lose the whole younger crowd to these newer, simpler platforms. Twitter still, I think, does very well because it's simple. It's short.
Yes.
It's not a big commitment.
I still never, whenever anyone has like a, hey, what a fun day, and then there's a Vine link in a tweet, I never click it.
You don't like it.
I'm just
And
like,
that's-
whatever it is, I don't care.
That's one disadvantage that Facebook's going to have is it won't show up, I don't think, in the Twitter.
No, it will. Oh,
The
I'm sorry. I thought you were
cards-
going to say Facebook news feed.
It'll show up in Facebook, of course,
course.
because it's Facebook. But one of the advantages Twitter has is having now they don't do it with Vine. I wish they would embed it in the feed as a card, you know. And Facebook and Twitter are not getting along right now. They're kind of in competition. So
Right.
I doubt you'll see these Instagram images.
No, because Instagram itself doesn't show up
doesn't,
in line.
Exactly.
So, you know, Instagram
Which is too
videos
bad.
certainly aren't going to. But what's nice is that this is a feature for, okay, so I guess everybody's happy with Instagram videos, at least, you know, in this living room. But it's iOS, Android, and the web version.
I'm happy about that, too.
So
They updated it across.
everybody today gets the same update. Everybody's
here you
happy.
go.
We're all on the same page.
Here's one for the San Francisco 49ers. We're in the
Oh.
49ers training facility.
Oh, fun.
So they're using it right away, which I think is great.
Good.
They're smart.
Well, yeah. They've got a social media maven behind the scenes.
They do. They know what they're doing, and they stopped at Jerry Rice.
At the Niner Nation.
Isn't that great? This to me is so good compared to you could have a still, but there's something about it. It just brings it to life. I love it.
Well,
my
because you
video
can't
is still
capture
posting
that in one
right.
photo.
My video is still processing, so there is some
Really?
processing. Well, I put a filter on it.
Oh, Kevin Rose took pictures of his jeans, video or whatever. What is this?
It's just random crap, basically.
Yeah, just random crap.
Yeah.
It's a slice of life.
When you've got this new medium, you'll see a lot of people take a while to get to it, and then there's some people like Nick Bilton who got Vine right away and started doing amazing animations and stuff.
Yeah, he's like a Vine, you know, savant.
Here's CNN iReport. Welcome, summer.
CNN.
Yeah, okay.
That's a happy reporter.
She's so happy.
She was happy.
Ever so happy.
Yeah, breaking news.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
whatever. Hey, look.
So
people
you
on
can
the-
tell that they're
people on
video
the
because they'll
fountain.
have a little camera, a video
Well,
camera.
that's not very
That's
nice.
pleasant.
Shlomo.
Shlomo.
Very
Let's-
nice. Really good.
Ooh,
really
grilled
good.
cheese sandwiches.
Do those come to life?
No.
Make them move.
Make them come to
Make
me.
them video.
Come to Papa.
That was the most beautiful
Here's
thing
one.
I've seen all
Lon Harris,
day.
Lons did a corn dog.
The thing is like this could be a Vine. It's not really that interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
You use sparingly.
Yeah, this is my son.
that's
Shall we
my-
see what my son's doing?
Oh,
See, that he
okay.
already's doing it. That's what's of interest, right?
Right.
And he went from Vine to Instagram right away.
He's watching some soccer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
in bed, apparently. He's saying stuff which you probably don't want to hear.
no.
It's poor Henry.
He needs to get out of bed. It is 2 p.m. He posted that like 5 minutes ago.
He said he was going to Yosemite today, but I guess they're getting a late start.
Oh, those kids.
Oh, those kids.
Those kids.
I'm going to use that more. I
Good.
like that.
Hey, you know the company 53? They make the app Paper.
Oh, they just raised a whole ton of money.
$50 million.
That seems like an awful lot for an app.
Well, the thing is that the company. That 53 is one of these companies where it's like it's an incubator-ish for a variety of apps.
Well,
it's just that Paper is the one that everyone knows.
And we love it.
And we do.
And it was
Yeah.
a very good example of freemium. So it's a free, beautiful drawing program, but you quickly realize that without buying pens
Yes.
and colors, you can't do crap. So, and by the time you buy everything, it's like $8. So I think it's certainly a good play in terms of they're gonna make money. In fact, it is one of the top grossing app stores on the iTunes App Store. But I wonder if there's a little bit of an overheated market for apps. Look what happened with OMG Pop, where Zynga bought them for hundreds of millions of dollars,
yeah.
and then the thing just tanked. I don't know if apps, it's the flavor of the year, and I love this. It's just a wonderful program. But really, $15 million? What was it? What did that value?
50.
50? And what did it value them as? Must be they.
I don't know. I'd have to look at that article again.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because
if you can bring
usually
it
what
back up,
happens
Brian.
is they put $50 million in. It says 15 there.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
15. You were right. I was
Okay.
wrong.
So, but
Well, that's not that much, honestly,
But
for
what
these
you do
days.
is you see how much that values the company at, because that's only a small portion of the total
Yeah.
value of the company. And I bet you that values them at something like $100 million, which I don't think an app is worth that much. I really don't.
Well, but the potential for future apps might be.
Yeah.
I
You know, it's hard to-
love this app.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Paper makes my writing look really beautiful.
And you bought, I bet,
And
as
I'm
I
not
did.
even right-handed.
You bought all the colors and pens, didn't you?
I bought the colors. I didn't buy all the pens.
$8 I spent on all of that stuff,
Because
and
that
I
would
never
be
use
you
it.
buying all
Yeah,
of the pens.
Oh, that's okay. Buy it all.
Buy it all. You heard the man.
Yeah, I give you full permission. If you like this and you're using it, please do. Be my guest.
All right. Sweet. Actually, I really like the color.
So that's a
palette,
neat
how
way
this
to
works.
change the. So
that
that's
neat?
changing the saturation of the color.
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
I'm basically mixing.
Oh, that's clever.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
I love this app. It's just. I always do the same thing. Every time I open up paper, I write like, "Hey Leo."
Every
and then I
single
do a
time you write
squiggly-
my name?
Well, look at. I mean.
Do you ever try like Mrs. Leo Laporte?
all the- Yeah, I deleted all of those. How
Mrs.
embarrassing that
Sarah
would have been.
Laporte.
Yeah.
You know, when I was a
We're
kid,
all
I
the
did
same.
practice. Did you do this when you were a kid? Practice your signature?
Oh yeah.
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 For when you're
I
famous
also
and have to
practiced
sign
my
autographs?
parents' signatures for when I needed to
That's more useful.
get out of.
Sarah has a headache
Third
today
period.
and cannot come to school.
Sarah has allergies.
Yeah.
She can't do that.
Yeah, Sarah has to stay
Sarah
at home
can't
and make
do
vines.
PE because she has a broken leg. We don't have the cast yet.
She has an Invisicast. It's the
Yeah.
newest thing.
It's Sarah's allergic to the outside.
Is Linnell learning something now that she did not know before?
Her signature is weird and loopy.
Yeah.
My dad's was
Signed
basically
dad's.
just like
Yeah.
you just sort of do that and that's his signature.
Yep.
I never did that. I just researched if it was a life or death situation.
Did you write it with your left hand so it wouldn't look like you were writing it?
I am left-handed.
Did you write it with your right hand so it wouldn't look like you were writing it?
Should have thought about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I didn't-
fools
I didn't
them every
get that
time.
Far. So we should expect more from the company 53.
I love
obviously.
53. I just can't imagine that they're worth that much money. And I think there's this overheated market for apps. But which, by the way, get it while you can.
Kind of.
Yeah.
There's also an app like this is we say, oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, look, it does cool stuff. It's almost pointless for you and me because we're not doing a lot of illustrative, either, beautiful pictures or kind of sketching out
Right.
ideas
If you
on
were-
our iPads.
if you and I were artists-
People do that.
This is the problem we have with music apps and drawing apps.
Yes.
We suck.
We're not good at them.
So we can't really demo them.
So we say this is great for people who have talent.
If you knew what you were doing.
If you knew what you were doing, how beautiful. In fact, if one of these people who uses a stylus on the iPad, I think paper would shine all that much more.
Right.
In fact, we have a really cool stylus to show you in just a second.
Oh,
but
good.
first,
Yes.
should we talk about Apple TV getting some new apps?
HBO Go. I bet you're happy about
Go.
that.
I am happy about that because, until yesterday.
You had to watch it on your iPad.
Or a Roku.
Right.
Roku has an app. For anybody who's like, well, why? Who cares? Because you can just AirPlay from your iPad to your Apple TV now. That's true. That's functionality that we got 2 months ago.
Right.
But now there's an app on the Apple TV alone. ESPN as well.
I think that's great. And there was one other thing they added. I can't remember what it was.
It's HBO Go, the
ESPN.
ESPN kind of suite of apps.
And Fission. No.
Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll. What is that?
It's like
is that a sushi channel?
It's like it's
Food?
no, it's like Asian.
Okay. The only issue I have with HBO Go,
Stuff.
and I found this on
Anime
Roku,
stuff.
is that my cable company, Comcast, doesn't support it on Roku. So with HBO Go, whatever device you're using, you have to log on to HBO Go
That's right.
through your cable company to verify that you're an HBO subscriber at a cable company. And the cable companies totally control this. So Comcast, Xfinity will let me do it on some devices, but not all.
It's so weird. It's like, what do they not think that they? I mean,
I think they don't want you to watch it on the big screen. So I bet you anything it's not on the app. I'll try, but I bet you I can't use it on the Apple
DirecTV
TV.
people are blocked as well.
Yeah.
Because my mom has
Yeah.
DirecTV and she can't.
But I can do it on the iPad.
She can't log on to HBO Go.
So
But
there
you can't.
go.
But DirecTV people can't.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you're in other regions, then
Yep.
you're like, screw you guys.
DirecTV is not allowed, yeah.
It doesn't apply to me. But it's nice. I updated my Apple TV yesterday. It was, it was a fairly easy update, and now you've got more apps than ever. I wish the WWDC app would go away.
Is it on your Apple TV?
It is. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you should just start watching the developer videos. Maybe, who knows?
I-
It's an overheated market for apps. You could get into the app business, make billions of dollars, retire, travel around the world eating tomatoes.
I guess you're right. I guess it's there because I should be watching.
You should be watching.
I should be watching the presentation.
Everybody should write apps right now.
Fine, I will. Hey, I told you about a cool iPad stylus. This was sent in by Lisa. She suggested it via Twitter, actually. It's the iPad stylus that's also a spoon. How about that, huh?
I'm trying to think what the use case is.
It's, hey, listen, I got to draw, but boy, is this soup good. There's just no reason to waste a perfect...
It just looks good.
It's
You wouldn't
cool.
use it to, what, you're going to stir the spaghetti? Oh, it's for kitchen apps. So you're
Well-
stirring the spaghetti sauce, and then
Yeah.
you...
And you don't want to, your
Look it up.
grubby spaghetti sauce fingers to be
But the
touching your
sauce is going
beautiful...
to drip on the iPad.
Well, you shake it off. There's no reason to have a stylus and a spoon.
What do they call it?
Why not put them together?
They call it the draw and stir?
I don't know. I don't know if it has a name. It's just a stylus spoon. A spoon.
Spoonus.
Stone.
Styloon.
Stone.
A staloon.
Spoon.
A spoon.
It's a styloon.
Spoonus.
Styloon.
Spoonus.
So that's the coolest
It's
thing.
the eye spoon.
Of course it is.
The eye spoon. Get rid of the eye. No more eyes.
It's only $7. I love that thing. It's beautiful. Can you put it in the dishwasher?
Can you use it? No, you can't put wooden... You're not a person that puts wooden spoons in the dishwasher. Tell me.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't really actually have wooden
You don't
spoons.
use wooden spoons?
Well, I have salad spoons, I guess. Yeah, and I don't put those in the
I
dishwasher.
always, when I'm making a gravy, the Sunday gravy, I always use a wooden spoon to stir it.
But then the spoon gets all discolored.
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just the way it is.
All right. That's
I
I'm not
have
gonna
lots
judge
of
you
spoons.
for your
I have
gravy
like dozens
spoons.
of wooden spoons.
Dozens?
Yeah.
You have 24 wooden spoons.
No, not dozens. A dozen. A dozen.
You have 12 wooden spoons. It still sounds like a lot.
It's a lot.
Okay. I think that's great.
I like wooden spoons. What do you stir when you stir? With a metal spoon? That gives flavors the off flavor in the thing.
Metallic.
Yeah, you can't use a metal spoon in a sauce because
No,
it's acidic.
I mostly have, I guess,
Fingers?
plastic spoons.
Plastic.
I think so. Now I can't remember. Now I'm like, what do I do?
You want a
I have
wooden spoon because it doesn't add any flavor.
Yeah.
It doesn't conduct the heat, so your hand is safe.
Sure.
It doesn't melt when you touch the bottom of the pot, as your plastic spoon very well may. The only negative on
I've
wooden spoons...
definitely had some plastic mishaps.
Yes, you can't put the wooden spoon... Well, then, okay.
You don't want to soak it in water. You wash it, but you don't
wash it
soak
by hand. You don't
Yeah.
wash it in the dishwasher.
Maybe. I
And
need some more wooden spoons
when you
in my
leave
life.
the wooden spoon on the stove, instead of melting, it bursts into flame.
It's kindling. And it can be a stylus if you get the eye spoon.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lisa. I never would have found that. You are
spoon.
great. Also, Video, that's VDIO. Finally has launched in the US and the UK.
Now, you were a beta user of this.
I was, because I'm already an Rdio subscriber. So Rdio subscribers got kind of early access to Video. You know, we showed it off on this show, and we felt like it was kind of like an iTunes
Just
competitor.
yet another video
Yeah.
service.
But if you're interested and you are in, it's still only in a couple different regions.
Is there a monthly fee like there is with Rdio, or there is?
No, it's
By
it's
show
It's
fee.
an a la carte. Yeah. It
Okay,
would be
would you-
nice if there was a monthly fee, because then they would be disrupting the movie rental industry.
Yeah,
but I
they're
don't,
not. They can't do that. So what does that say?
you haven't purchased anything
Okay.
yet.
So can you search for True Blood? Because True Blood came back season 6, and I wanted to go back and watch all the seasons.
I remember this problem.
We have this problem last time.
iPad Today viewers remember this too.
Yes,
that
that
I
you
got
never bought anything.
I never bought anything, and I have this weird, like,
I should install it. See, now
page
I can
that-
install it because I'm not an Rdio subscriber.
I think what I have to do is
Reboot.
well, no, not reboot.
Start over.
I have to re-download the app.
You got a corrupted video.
I've got a corrupted video.
Yeah.
It's too bad too, because I pay for radio.
Video
it would be so nice to pay $10-15 a month and just like watch all the movies I ever wanted.
Right.
But that's the Netflix model. But then Netflix,
It's not going to happen.
they have very limited
And video supports AirPlay,
catalog.
so you can AirPlay it onto your big screen TV.
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool. Well, I'm downloading it now. Maybe I can get it to.
That would
First,
be nice.
browse video on the web from your iPad, Mac, or PC. and choose from thousands of blockbusters. Let's just see if mine will open. I presume, I bet you it's because you were in the beta.
It's possible.
Yeah.
That's possible. Yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna,
Enjoy the show.
Enjoy the show via my Facebook, the Facebook Connect. So that's nice because I don't have to, I'm just going to give it permission, which means that every show I watch will be put probably into my Facebook stream. That's all right, I can live with it. It does make it easier to sign up to have Facebook Connect, doesn't it? I like that.
Some people swear that if it's Facebook Connect, they don't want
privacy
it.
And
I totally get that, but I'm with you. I think I download so many apps just to try them out. It's like I just want to get in. Just get me in. I don't care.
I don't know if this is we've been having a little internet problem. I don't know if that's this or I don't think it is. I think video's taking a while. Maybe a lot of people are trying it. Well, I'll look for True Blood later.
Look for True Blood later. If you are in the U.S. or the U.K., you can now try video ad for yourself. It's another option if you like to buy and rent movies. So there you go. The iPad star of the week is the Los Angeles Unified School District.
Can you believe this?
LA School Board has okayed $30 million for Apple iPads, and that's like annually.
This is the second largest school district in the country. 640,000 students. Every one of them eventually will get an iPad.
That's right.
K through 12.
Yeah. The board
this seems
unanimous.
I love the iPad.
Voted unanimously in favor.
I'm shocked. It doesn't make any sense to me.
The district is paying $678 per device.
Because they have to have a keyboard.
That's fuzzy math. No, listen to this. It's higher than tablets that are available in stores, but the machines will be preloaded with educational software. The price does not include keyboards. So, crap ton of software, I guess, but no keyboards. It's a 3-year warranty, and it includes free replacement machines up to 5% of the value of the purchase.
If the
it's not
student
the best deal.
drops it or loses it?
Well, and you know they're going to do that.
You know that what's really funny? They're taking out a 30-year bond on this, which means they're going to be paying for these for 30 years.
Yeah, Apple gets a lot of money.
I would be upset if I were
a
a LA taxpayer. I would be very upset. I don't think that's a good idea. And I love iPads. I just don't think it's a good use of the money.
What's kind of funny too is apparently, when the board was mulling this over, they had representatives from Microsoft and other makers of tablets saying, you don't want to just go with iPads. I mean, iPads are good for certain things, but certainly limited when you're thinking of just tablets for kids. But that's the way that they went.
As somebody in the chat room said,
iPads.
Yeah, that's what's wrong with LA schools. They need more iPads.
Right.
That'll
if
solve
they had iPads, then everyone would be a lot smarter and stay in school. And anyway, yeah, it's kind of crazy. I couldn't believe it. All right, should we go to an email? We got an email from David. This is in response to your good advice that you gave our friend who was the traveler who wanted to do podcasting and some of the tools that he might use while he's on the road. We weren't exactly sure how he wanted the podcast to look, if he was going to be driving or if he's going to be stopping at various places. But David says, I was watching the episode when the question about podcasting came up, and I was yelling at my iPad. I guess he was watching us on his iPad. Use Boss Jock Studio.
I said Boss Jock Studio.
Oh.
I did.
Use Boss Jock Studio, he says.
I said it.
So that's what you said.
Yeah.
So he agrees with you. He also said, Leo, you recommended a $200 mic. He says a cheaper but still high quality alternative mic is the Audio-Technica ATR 2100.
Which I have as well.
And what do you think about it?
It's okay mic. It's a good mic, and it is a lot. It's half the price, so a good choice. It's very much like a Shure SM58. It's a dynamic mic, has a USB connector on it. The reason I talked about the mics I did talk about is because they were digital. The ATR is a mic that will end up going analog into the iPad, which is fine. Not a bad mic. I have that mic, and it's a good
David
mic.
says you can find it for as low as $34 on
Well,
Amazon.
that's cheap. That's a good deal.
On the website, it's $80 and $79.95. So yeah, I mean, if you're looking to cut some corners.
No, I bought that the minute it came out because I like to look at these and test them.
You're a
and
mic
so forth.
guy.
I'm a mic guy.
Yeah. Well, you've got.
I never do anything with them. That's the funny thing. I have a cabinet in my home office that has just mics.
You're a
I
mic
never use them.
collector.
I don't want to be a mic collector.
In your line of work, I don't think that's weird.
No, it's my business.
If you were just not in the business of audio,
Right.
I might say you might have a little bit
Well,
of a
and
mic
that's also, I
problem.
feel like I should review all the mics for, especially for this particular use, for direct input to iPad and stuff. I've been looking for the perfect mic for that.
Yeah.
We got some good suggestions, actually, from the chat room on that show, so which we mentioned out loud, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah, we did.
Yeah.
So thanks to David and everybody who has good suggestions for our future podcaster. We also
I think video is buggy, because look.
really it's
still
not
starting
working for
up.
you either,
Nope.
huh?
Nope.
So strange. I don't know what's going on.
Can't recommend it.
I had forgotten completely about our issue last time
Right.
we showed it off until
Right.
the same thing happened. I hadn't opened it since then, which just goes to show you how much I like the service. We have a voicemail from a caller who does not identify himself, but he has a question about Skype.
Hey guys, on Skype for the iPad, every time when you hit the home button, it you go back to the regular home screen. It has that red bar across the top that says recording. Can you guys explain that a little bit? And is it actually recording your call? Thanks. Bye.
It's sort of weird verbiage, right? It's not recording. It's letting you know that
Running in the background.
Yeah, but it's sort of the same on your iPhone. If you're on a phone call and you click away, you know, you get a little green bar saying, you know, tap to go back to the phone call.
Yeah, no, it doesn't do it when it's just running. So I have it running in the background right now, and it doesn't do that when I exit out of it in the background. It goes away. But I guess if I were in a call,
Yeah, that's what he was.
yeah.
He's basically like, is Skype recording that call somewhere? And
No, it's
if
just
so,
running. It's just running.
But it's a weird thing to say because you see recording and you're like, well,
Yeah, that's
what does that
interesting.
mean?
I
It
should-
means you're recording video
I should call the studio and see.
because technically you are using.
you're in you're in a call.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you say.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
It's like the green bar on an iPhone. You're
Yeah.
still in the call.
Yeah, you're recording yourself because you're on a Skype call
Mic is
that's
on.
using video. Yeah, yeah, but it's not going to some
It says
database
recording,
somewhere,
huh?
unless it is. Yep, that's Prism at work. Your Skype calls, everything's being recorded. A reminder that we love hearing from all of you. We love your emails. We love your voicemails. Whether they're questions or tips or tips or anything else, do write us at iPadtoday@twit.tv. Do leave us a voicemail at 757-504-IPAD, and do send us a video. If you've got something to say and you want to like tap dance while you're saying it, you can send us a video, upload it somewhere, and send us the link.
You know what? If you can do it in 15 seconds, do it on Instagram.
Yeah, tag us, and then we will
Wouldn't that
show
be good?
off your video.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd keep it short.
Let us use the new medium for our advantage.
Our show today we got a winner. Winner, chicken dinner.
Oh, yeah, I
Actually,
forgot we had a contest.
winner.
We had a giveaway.
GoToMeeting, which is the world's finest online meeting software. If you're not using it for your meetings, use it. Incredible. One low, flat monthly rate for as many meetings as you want, as long as you want. That includes screen sharing. And with the new HD Faces, if you've got a camera in your iPad or your laptop, people will see you, you'll see them. So it's like being on the same page and working face-to-face. And I just love it. It's so easy to use, so easy to install. You could try it free for 30 days if you go to the website gotomeeting.com, click the orange Try It Free button, and use our offer code IPAD, I-P-A-D, just that's 4 letters, 30 days free. And I'm telling you, you will immediately see the value of this. It's how we do all of our meetings. Even if you were just going to do a conference call, it's a free conference call. They set up the bridge and everything. You can use phones or the audio and microphone on your computer or your iPad. Works on almost every device. And so we wanted to give away, to celebrate the HD Faces, give away a great webcam. These are really good webcams. And what we did is we asked everybody to tweet if you were going to have a GoToMeeting meeting with somebody from any period of time in history, who would it be? And our winner, and by the way, we didn't choose it for creativity, but I have to say he should get a little prize for that. Our winner is chosen at random, Richard Pease.
Richard Pease.
Richard Pease.
Okay.
And Rich Pease, at Rich Pease on Twitter. And his, this is great. And his tweet is, Abraham Lincoln, because he'd like to ask President, Vampire Hunter, Zombie Killer, which was the most fun? I like it.
Ooh,
I like it.
I love that.
You might come as somewhat of a surprise to old Abe, the honest Abe, that he was a vampire hunter and a zombie killer, but you never know. I love it. Richard, very creative, and congratulations. We're going to send that camera right out to you. Congratulations, and thanks to everybody who entered. We saw a lot of fun tweets on that one. And again, I encourage you to try GoToMeeting, especially on your iPad. You can present from your iPad, you know. So you can, I mean, it really is. You could be out in the backyard working on your tomatoes and having a meeting. GoToMeeting.com, click the Try It Free button, and use the promo code IPAD. App cap time. Sarah's got her app cap on.
Put on your app cap.
Put on your app cap.
This is one of my favorites because I feel like I could garden in this.
This is one of my favorites because I feel like I
Wow.
could keep bees in this.
Yeah. Or you could, you know, rob a bank.
It
you
actually,
could rob a seed bank.
I
with
wouldn't
that
wear
thing.
this onto an airplane. We might really get.
People would get nervous. That is a fact.
I think it's for duck hunting.
You know what's funny is I know it's supposed to look like a bunch of like twigs and branches.
Looks like my beard.
It looks like spider legs.
Ah!
So if you think of it that way, do you really want to wear that weird thing?
Yeah,
It looks
like
like a bunch of spiders.
Nothing wrong with spiders.
Oh,
Crunchy and
except
delicious.
everything. Crunchy and delicious. Ugh, I don't even like to think about a crunchy spider. Ugh, it just gives me the willies. Okay, that's too far. You've gone too far. You've gone crazy. Ew, seriously. My God, I
Give
can't
us
even
a
look at you.
kiss.
I can't, I'm not looking at you. I'm just gonna garden in my little twit floppy hat and pretend that everything's okay and that spiders aren't crunchy. So this is the part of the show where Leo and I don hats because hats are fun and because they represent two apps that we choose that we like and think that you will like too, and we talk about them. So I'm gonna go first. My app is called Postal. So it's
Ooh, I like the
it's-
name.
It's like postal, but it's basically a way to send a virtual postcard to somebody.
Oh, that's neat.
I know a lot of people have summer vacations planned. We all like to get postcards. In fact, Heather Frank, my friend, and yours.
She went all by herself to France. That was so cute.
I know. She sent me I got a text message from her where she was like, "What's your address?" And I thought, like, you've been to my house. What do you want? Whatever it is, I don't want
Supposed
it.
to mail me something?
And she sent me a physical postcard in the mail. It came back long after she did.
Oh, that's
though.
the funny thing about internet. This would be better because you'd get it sooner.
Yeah, kind of. You know, by the time, you know, I got the postcard from Paris, she was already back. But I really appreciated it. But I feel like it's the thought that counts. In fact, I made you a postcard earlier because, you know, I wanted to check out the service and see how it goes. So I might have sent.
Bonjour from Le Métro.
Yeah, thanks for the sabbatical.
When did you go to Paris?
Well,
Last week?
This is just.
This is future thinking.
Yeah,
Forward
I've
thinking.
put it together.
You're planning for Le Web.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or my sabbatical. How long are sabbaticals? They're pretty long, right?
Oh, yeah, 6 months.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to, and I'll thank you so much for letting me. That's going to be awesome. But yeah, I've already
That's
queued this.
cute.
I've
Now,
already,
it's gonna be a physical postcard?
no, this is actually something that if I was going then
It
to
just
send
comes
it
like
to you,
on the email?
I can share it by email or Facebook or Twitter.
Oh, so it's not a physical postcard.
No, it's a virtual postcard.
It's just a picture of a
The
postcard.
whole idea is that it's a
I see.
virtual
Well, mail it to me. Let me see
postcard.
what it looks like.
Well, okay, but first I was going to show you
Hey,
how I create.
okay, yes, please do.
So, and there's a few different ones. So, like, you could do like a panorama, a vertical, or maybe like a cool
Can you
landscape
do it from
side by
images
side.
in your gallery?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Yeah. So you take a photo. Whoops. Next, and then I say like, how about let's do
I like
some
the airmail. That's
yeah.
cool,
Let's
yeah.
let's go sleek. And then you say, all right, well, here's my photo. I want to pull from my photo library. Here's a photo of me and some people singing karaoke. My friend Kate is like really happy. She thought it was so good.
That is a great picture.
Yeah. I don't even know who that is.
It's kind of oddly foreshortened. Like Andre the Giant took it or something.
Yeah, I know. I've never looked shorter. In fact, or fatter. That's not flattering. So let's go ahead and use
That's why I
that.
like it.
Yeah. Title,
Okay.
Fatty sings the
Fatty
hits.
McButterpants. Yep.
And then I say, okay, hey, Leo, thanks for the sabbatical.
Hey, Leo.
Oh.
Hex. That's good. Send that,
Hey.
please.
Hey, Leo Hex.
I will be baffled by
I'm
this
not
email.
so good. The autocorrect isn't so good on here. And then I go ahead and I choose my stamps. That's kind of fun. I've got a little kitty stamp, or how about a nice Gandhi stamp, right? That just makes sense, right? And then I send it to you via email.
I love that.
Isn't that great? To Leo.
I love that. Leo at Leoville. Send it. I want to see what it looks like. I guess it would look just like that. I mean, We don't really need to know what it looks like. That's what it would look like.
That's what, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Leo Hex.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's,
Hex.
it's adorable. No, it's not a free app, and you might say, what? So this
What?
is really only for something that you actually think, hey, listen, I'm going on some vacations. I can have some fun with this. I can send this to a variety of people because it's $2. It's $1.99 in the App Store. Pseudo Studios makes the app, but I thought, it's very easy to use. I think the postage stamp is a nice touch.
Oh, I got an
And
email
there you
from
go.
Sarah Lane. I wonder what she's.
I
wonder what she's up
sent you a
to.
little something.
Wow, this is sent by Postal from iOS.
Oh, look.
And look, it does look exactly the same.
Yeah.
Fatty sings the hits.
Hey, Leo Hex.
I'm so, but that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and then you can.
Is that an image? So I could just
Yeah.
save it to my
Yeah.
my
Now the
camera and
image is yours.
blackmail you with it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little fatty 2x4. So,
cool.
so I don't know. I liked it. It's vacation stuff. I'm always into
I'm
the
gonna
vacation
assign that to
apps.
your contact picture because
Great.
when you call me,
Just great.
that's going to pop up. So you'll know why I'm laughing when I pick up the phone and go, hi, Sarah.
I'll just never call you. I will continue to never call you as I don't.
You've never, ever, ever, ever called me.
I have.
Have I mentioned that?
I have, because for some reason your contact information in my phone is Leo Lasquart. I don't know why.
Look, that's good.
Leo
That's your
Lasquart.
picture now in my contact.
You're a horrible
so
man.
happy.
Tell me what your app cap is before
It's
I.
appropriate. I'm
run you
wearing
out of
this because
town.
when you run down pedestrians, sometimes it's important that you have a disguise. Before there was Grand Theft Auto,
Yeah.
the game that everybody played, and I'm trying to remember what we played. What did we play this on? Was it Sega? It was on the what? PC? Yeah, I guess it was a PC game. You remember Carmegeddon, the greatest game ever. It's back, just came out for the iPad, $7, and it is a very faithful representation of the first
Is that Darth Sith?
Carmegeddon. That's you, baby.
Oh, okay.
Attention all competitors. This is your 1-minute warning. I repeat, 1 minute to race commencement.
This was a fun racing game because you got points for hitting pedestrians, other cars. You got to be as crazy as you want. It was so much fun. Anybody who's played Carmegeddon on the PC will remember this. We'll skip through the cutscene here and get right to the game. This is from Stainless Games Limited, $6.99.
It's actually $4 in the App Store right now.
Oh, I
Yeah, it's on
apologize.
sale.
They on sale big time. So you get to choose your character. You could either be Max Damage or Diana. You get to choose the level as easy as killing bunnies with axes, normal everyday carnage, or harder than French kissing a cobra.
Wow.
That's hard.
That's
Yeah.
that
I don't
would-
even know if
that-
they have tongues.
Well, they're in two little slits. Scary.
All right, here, let's start the game. Now you got, as you unlock stuff, of course, you have more cars, different races, and different parts, shops, and so forth. The idea of the game, MAME of the game, as they call it, splat pedestrians to get time and money, smash opponents to get time and money, destroy all opponents to win, or lap the checkpoints, or kill all pedestrians, which is the hardest thing of all to do. Hang on to your helmet, and here we go. Now, you're going to say, Leo, you don't like games that use, oddball iPad. This is not an iPad native game by any means, but it's a great nostalgia trip. So yeah, you're right. We got to steer left and right here. We got to accelerate and brake here, go in reverse there. Let's play the game just for a little bit, just so you get an idea how much fun it is to splat pedestrians. Here we go. Where am I going? Oh, whoa, let's hit that. Oh, I'm off the track.
These are for people with
Yeah, let's hit him. Ah,
anger
I
management
missed him.
issues.
I missed it. There we go.
Good grief.
You know why kids love this game? Because
Because-
mom comes in the room and says, good grief, you're killing people.
Yeah.
Carmegeddon.
Who let you play this?
let you play-
Did your father download
Yeah,
this?
your
app?
father downloaded. Oh, it's so much fun. I know a lot of you played this when you were younger. And I know you would like to play it again. Carmegeddon is now available on the iPad. Same great game enjoyment.
Yeah, good stuff. So, and it's $4. So it's
I thought it was more.
It's
That's
good.
That's great.
Relatively free.
Yes. Somebody told me that VJ is the app of the week this week and free. As you know, Apple does a free app every week.
Oh, VJ is a good one.
Good game, good program to get if you're a musician.
Again, for people who have talents that we do not possess.
We demonstrated it and it sounded bad.
And we were like, that's cool. I don't know what we're doing. Put your hat on. Go rob a bank. Go rob a seed bank with your spider head. All right, that's where it's time for us to go. It looks, when you wear
have
that
nightmares
and you
tonight.
stick your tongue out, it's like all of a sudden your head looks really weirdly small. Like, is that really where his mouth is? That doesn't even look right. Oh, it looks so strange. I think it's because you don't have any... It's like a horror movie right next to me on my show.
You're gonna have bad dreams tonight, Sarah.
Oh, won't I? Won't I? I don't think it'll stop tonight. I think it's pretty much lifelong type of an issue. Scarred for life. Thanks, everybody, for watching this episode of iPad Today. We'll see you next week. Leo's going to be out. Ayaz Akhtar is going to be my extremely cool co-host
Does he even
next week.
use an iPad?
Yes, he does.
All right, I'm going to leave this hat here for him.
Good.
Because I'm sure he'll want to wear it after I've stuck my tongue all around it.
You've licked it profusely,
Yeah.
I'm sure, yeah. Everybody, don't wear the spider hat. Leo's been licking it. So, yeah, that's next week. And the week after actually is 4th of July.
So I don't know what we're going to do.
Well, we're going to figure out how to, we're going to shoot something a
There'll
little
be
bit ahead of
fireworks
time.
next week.
Oh, yeah, well, in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to Colorado University to check my son in
Yeah, that's next week.
next week.
Yeah, so we're,
Thank you, Ayaz,
It's
for
going to be
filling
a couple interesting weeks, but it's going to be super fun. Yeah, Ayaz has never co-hosted iPad Today with me.
Really?
Yeah, it's like high time that he finally said, okay, sir, I'll do
And we
it.
will let you know what we're going to do about the 4th of July. Obviously, we won't be doing a show that Thursday, but we will
Right.
probably record earlier.
Yeah,
in
a
the
couple
week, and we'll
days
let you know.
in advance, something like that. We will let you know so that you live viewers don't miss a thing. But of course, you'll have an episode on Thursday as usual because those are the kinds of people that we are. Until next week, I'll see you on the iPad. No, I won't. I don't want you to be on my iPad. I'll see you online. Send us your videos and your voicemails and your emails. Ow! Yeah, now you just look like you
Hi.
need to be chewing tobacco.